Pizza Tower has been out for about a month now, and it is still freshly hot out of the oven. Thanks to its 5 years of development time, it released as an insanely fun, polished, and fast-paced experience. One of the most fun and most challenging parts of Pizza Tower is attempting to get the highest rank possible in the level, the P rank. Normally, the ranks are dependent on how many points you amass while playing through the level, and they range from D to S rank. The P rank is above the rest, and along with a hefty amount of points, it requires you to do everything possible in the level, including secrets, the level's treasure, and going through the second lap in the escape sequence. On top of all that, you have to keep the same combo going the entire time by defeating enemies and collecting toppings. It's an insanely challenging experience, but a rewarding one once you master moving Peppino through the levels and memorizing their layouts. While failing to P-rank Pizzascape over and over again, I was thinking about how not many other games I've played have a combo system quite like Pizza Tower. I toyed with the idea of rushing through the levels of other games while keeping a combo going, until I thought about a particular game I happen to specialize ROM hacking. I thought to myself, would Super Mario 64 even work with Pizza Tower's combo system? And, after an evening of messing around in the levels with the combo system, I quickly coded in. I was able to answer that question confidently. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. The basis of this hack is simple. Play through all 15 main courses and get a P rank in each of them. When entering a course, the brand new combo meter will start counting down in glorious N64 resolution. To achieve the P rank, all you have to do is collect each of the 6 stars in the level, excluding the 100 coin star, which does come into play in another way that I will explain later. The twist is that if the combo meter hits 0, Mario will instantly die and you'll have to restart the level. Like in Pizza Tower, there are certain things you can collect that will refill the meter up to a total of 15 seconds, almost double that of the original Pizza Tower's 7. Defeating an enemy or hurting a boss will refill the meter and increment the counter by 1. Yellow coins will restore half the meter, while red coins, blue coins, and 1-ups will fully restore it. Collecting a star or power-up cap will also fully restore the meter. Once you collect the 6th star, you've earned yourself a P rank. The levels are changed slightly from vanilla to make the challenge possible to begin with. For starters, all the act-specific objects like King Bob-omb or the poles in Dire Dire Docks are present in each level. For example, King Whomp is moved a little to make room for the tower at the top of Whomp's fortress. Certain quality of life features from the Hacker SM64 ROM hacking repository are present too, such as the removal of lives, improved climbing, and improved platform momentum are in the hack to make it a little more bearable. Another change is that platforms that move along a path move 3 times as fast while Mario's standing on them. This was necessary to make Rainbow Ride's carpets and the Hazy Maze Cave red coins possible. Finally, a few coins have been added to the tunnels in Dire Dire Docks and Wet Dry World to make moving between areas without running out of combo time and dying on the spot possible. With those rules established, and obviously impossible parts of stages fixed, it's time to answer the question, can you P-rank every course in Super Mario 64? The challenge starts in Bob-omb Battlefield, the infamous first course of Mario 64. Immediately after trying to run a route, a big problem became apparent. The area near the top of the mountain doesn't have any enemies or coins except for King Bob-omb himself. This is an issue for Coop the Quick, who is actually quite slow in comparison to how fast we need to move to keep our combo going. It takes him about a minute and a half to reach the top of the hill, which won't do it all since we can't reasonably stall for that long. So, in order for us to be able to do this, we have to defeat King Bob-omb while waiting for Koopa the Slow. The first route I attempted went like this. Start the Koopa race, free the chain chomp and grab its star to waste a little time, then make my way up the mountain while nabbing a few red coins and challenge King Bob-omb. Throw him once to refill the timer, win the Koopa race, and then defeat him while making sure to leave enough time for Koopa the painfully slow to reach the top. Grab both of those stars, and from there, the level becomes much easier, since doing things like going to the island and grabbing the red coins involve areas with a lot more coins and enemies to refresh the combo timer. After failing the route a few times due to the amount of things I had to do during the Koopa race proving to be too much, I omitted the chain chomp star from the route. After a few more attempts lost to skill issues and me forgetting to actually finish the race one time, I completed the hardest part of the level, getting those 2 stars. From there, it was pretty easy to grab the remaining 4 stars by running around the level, using wing caps and cannons to my advantage. I had a bit of a scare when I missed the secrets in the sky multiple times, but thanks to the respawning wing caps, I kept my combo just fine, and finished up the first level of the game with a glorious animation of Mario. Next up was Whomp's Fortress, which is a level revered for its fast speedrun time. What I thought would have been a quick and easy level because of its small size turned out to be a little trickier. My original route did not take into account the fact that, well, I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not consistent enough to do tricks like Cannonless or Owlless, so I had to do the vanilla intended ways of completing those stars, which were much longer and an actual threat to my combo timer. Falling into the cage was particularly hard since Hoot is kind of slow, but more because of an extremely annoying quirk of Hoot, where you maintain your angle and velocity when grabbing him. This means that when you let go, Mario's reset to the speed and angle he was at when he grabbed on, which makes lining up with the cage difficult. Because of the unpredictability of this star in particular, I moved it to the start of my route to complete before any other star. The only other threat to the combo timer in this stage is the tower at the top of the fortress, since climbing it takes about 12 seconds, which is kind of cutting it close with the 15-second max timer. But, thanks to King Whomp's star, I was able to grab both of those and finish up the level by grabbing red coins, blasting away the corner of the wall, and snagging the absolutely free star one wall kick away. The rest of the level went so smoothly that I was also able to get the 100 coin star along the way. I had omitted this star as a requirement for P rank since it's extremely hard to get in levels like Jolly Roger Bay where there are barely enough coins in the level as is. And admittedly, no one enjoys getting this star to begin with, let's be real. But if you manage to do it during your run for the other 6 stars, you're rewarded with a brand new rank above P rank, M rank. Now if M rank is even possible in every level is a whole other can of worms I won't be opening in this video. But Whomp's Fortress was plentiful enough in the coin department to make M rank basically the same challenge as P rank. This confidence was short-lived when I entered the next stage, Jolly Roger Bay. The water covering the majority of this stage was a massive slowdown to Mario, and it would prove to be difficult to keep the combo going with the amount of swimming needed for the stars. Additionally, one of the stars was behind a one-way warp, which meant that it had to be at the end of my run. This meant that I had to go into the cave and back to grab the chest star at some point, which was only possible thanks to a single ring of coins by the cave entrance. In fact, this single ring of coins was the only source of combo regeneration in an area with 3 other stars, including the infamously janky eel star. At some point, I also had to grab all 8 red coins and grab the cannon star as well. With a lot of failed runs and frustrating occurrences, the final route went a little something like this. First, grab the 4 red coins in the clams by the start of the course. Resurface, board the ship, grab the 3 on there. Then, drop into the water and swim to the bottom of the bay to grab the last red coin. Swim up to the second sunken ship to take the jet stream star, which thankfully has the jet stream blocked by the ship, which normally shouldn't be in on the same act. Bait out the eel, grab some of the coins from the ring to keep the combo timer going, then quickly turn around to detach the star from the eel. Collect that, then make a beeline for the surface, grabbing 2 more coins on the way to barely make it to another ring of coins closer to the surface. Get back on the land and run towards the cannon that will shoot you to nab another star. Jump over towards the opposite shore and platform over to the afloat ship to grab the earlier spawned red coin star. Enter the water once more and swim towards the cave, grabbing 2 more coins off the ring to refuel the combo timer enough to make it inside. Take a breather in the cave as you do the chest star, with plentiful enemies and coins to keep the combo easily going. Once you do the chest star, quickly return back to the underwater area and grab the final 2 coins at the cave entrance to make it to the vacated ship window where the last star resides. Thankfully, once inside, you can grab the bubbles from the chests that restore your combo meter to be able to complete the chest puzzle, swim to the top of the sinking water, and grab your well-earned P rank. Wow, this level was an absolute hell to route and complete, with so many failures under my belt. A crowning moment was when I was prepared to enter the sunken ship for the last star, and saw that the eel had never left because earlier I apparently didn't swim upwards in the right way or something. I don't know what I did wrong, but Unagi had other plans and had ruined my nearly complete run. This level demotivated me and I took a break for a few days. The other levels even be possible? Dire Docks is like this level, but worse. How will that one even be completable? Returning to the hack after a break, there was only one way to find out. The next course to tackle was Cool Mountain. Now, for some reason, I always seem to forget where all the red coins are in this level. I don't know if it's just me or what, but to make sure my route worked, I took the time to remember where the red coins were finally. You know, after years and years of playing this game. Anyways, while creating the route, I realized that I would probably have to go back up the mountain a few times, since the Snowman's head star doesn't have any room to collect other things because of its nature, and entering the cabin at the top is required for 2 of the stars. Additionally, if possible, it would be best to save wall kicks will work for last, since getting there and back from any point in the stage other than the absolute top would be tough. With those thoughts in mind, I began creating a route that would hopefully work. My rustiness with vanilla showed when I struggled to complete the Snowman's head star at least 10 times. Although, I don't think it's fair to blame it on rustiness since the star just sucks in general. Anyways, after grabbing the first red coin, I quickly did this star, running towards and getting the second red coin while the Snowman finished reuniting himself with his head. After collecting that star, I gathered 5 more red coins before warping back to the top. I quickly jumped down over a bridge to collect the last red coin, which is the one I always forget where it is, and beeline towards the newly spawned star. Now came a tricky part. With only 15 seconds on the clock, I had to go down to the bottom, across the bridges to the warp back up, and barely make it to a line of coins above the cabin, which replenished my meter. However, I couldn't grab them all just yet, as I still had to take the baby penguin back to the mother. Quickly, I grabbed Tuxie and did a surprisingly easy speedrunning trick that involved sliding down the mountain and gaining enough speed to just slide straight to the mother. After that, I did another lap to the warp, this time actually jumping down into the cabin to complete both the penguin race star and the regular cabin star. Finally, I entered the cannon to blast towards the ledge, where the wall kicks will work star is located. I even managed to get the 100 coin star on the way, which meant I was on course for another M rank. Some faster wall kicks worked to help me grab this star pretty quickly, and with that, the somewhat challenging mountain was braved. Despite the many challenges of the previous two courses, I was very excited to tackle Big Boo's Haunt next. While testing the ROM hack for impossibilities, I actually got distracted in BBH because of how much fun the route was, so I was glad to return to the surprisingly simple jaunt through the mansion. After a few tries, my final route was pretty much exactly the same as the initial route, with a few more stops to replenish the meter. First, I went through every ground room floor to collect red coins and do the ghost hunt mission, stopping in the lobby to defeat the first Big Boo. Next, I went up to the second floor and skipped the library puzzle with a long jump wall kick to the other ledge of the room. Then, I went through the other rooms to collect the remaining red coins, and then the red coin star. After that, I grabbed a vanish cap and went to the third floor, stopping to refill my combo meter at the blue coin switch before defeating the big Mr. Eye beyond the Boo painting. Next, I went to the balcony to obliterate the second Big Boo. The next part was the trickiest part of the level, getting the carousel star. I quickly obtained the star at the top of the mansion, jumped down and re-entered the building, barely making it to the vanish cap box, which was collected only to refill my meter as I quickly jumped down into the abyss in a neighboring room, which led to the basement outside the carousel. Quickly, I went inside and lost the run by ground pounding in the wrong spot. Won the run by spinning around, defeating Boos, and killing yet another Big Boo to get my 5th P rank, the final one of the first hub area. Do you, perhaps, know what madness is? Are you aware of the absolute struggle that comes with unending repetition? The cycle that never ends. The madness of trying something over and over and over and over again. Hazy f***ing Maze Cave. This level, this horrible beast of a level. I thought JRB was bad somehow. Somehow I thought it was barely possible. Somehow I thought it would have been the hardest level. Nope. For starters, 2 of the stars are located in the very bottom dory area, which is basically impossible to reach with the intended route due to a large amount of swimming and boarding dory. Great. Awesome. The worst part is that it's still possible. No, it wasn't straight up impossible, which was somehow worse because that meant I didn't have an excuse to add more coins. A speedrunning trick that runners use in this level to make it down there fast is actually a clip. If you triple jump off of the box here at the right angle, you'll actually load the room at the bottom of the level and fall all the way down, conveniently in the center. The worst part is that this tricky clip has to be near the end of the run, since getting back up in 15 seconds is impossible. For all that, I had to do the other stars, which weren't exactly easy themselves. The first star in my route was the 8 red coins, which is an infamous star in this level for being extremely long. Thanks to the pole I needed to climb to reach the first 4 reds, I had to have almost perfect movement to make it in time, long jumping over to 2 red coins with barely enough time to spare. Turning around, I boarded the moving platform, which moved quite fast due to my changes, and those changes were probably the only reason I was able to get the next red coins in time. After that, I jumped down and got on the arrow platform to obtain the rest of the red coins and grabbed the star. Next, I went down into the toxic maze. Thankfully, there's plenty of stuff down here to keep my combo up. I wish I could say the same about the path to and from the elevator up to the maze star. I lost more runs to this area, as going up and down the elevator takes forever when you only have 15 seconds to spare. Additionally, there's another elevator I have to go back up to get the Rolling Rocks area, which also ate some runs. Once I finally made it there for the first time, I quickly grabbed the Hanging Ceiling Star with a long jump, the Rolling Rocks Star with a few wall kicks in more than half an A-press, and sprinted back. I wasn't even able to make it back up in time due to mistakes. Multiple times. But once I did all of that, everything over and over again, and made it back to the area where I needed to perform the triple jump clip, I jumped once, twice, and I failed a few times. I actually put everything down, booted up a regular ROM, and practiced the jump over and over again. And let me tell you, the speedrunners make it seem a lot easier than it actually is. I wasn't even able to get it consistently, but I did get it a few times. And after failing runs to the horribly tight sections, the slow elevators, the frustrating pull, the run finally happened. I made it past the reds, I made it through the elevator section and the maze. I grabbed the rolling rock star and made the long jump. I grabbed a few coins, made it over to the box, and I got the clip. Hands sweating, jaw quivering, I landed in the center of the room and got the Dory star. Swiftly, I long jump over to the underwater switch. Getting there with the metal cap is impossible. I would need to use yet another speedrunning trick. Thankfully, this one is much, much easier than the clip. All I needed to do was a triple jump on top of the switch to fall far enough into the water to press it down without the metal cap. With the gate open, I entered the room with the final star. I killed a scuttlebug to refill my timer. With shaky hands, I went over the pits, and thank God I didn't choke. Mario leaping into the star, I finished off a multiple-hour endeavor that destroyed me. This horrid level. Trying to P-rank Hazy Maze Cave was an exponentially painful equation, where each tight section I had to perform doubled the amount of failed runs I had before I got to the next star. It was a testament to my 3 years of extensively studying and reverse engineering this game. Pushed the limits of what I was capable of as a player. It was hell. Lethal Lava Land took me 3 tries. And I lost one of them to hubris. It's incredibly ironic that the level that looks like hell is an actual heaven compared to the castle's septic pipe system. Get the wing cap, fly over the fence, grab the star. Fly to both bully stars, defeat them, get the absolutely free red coin star. Enter the volcano, climb up with plentiful coins restocking your combo meter, grab the star at the top and a long jump over to the elevator star and collect that, getting an absolutely free P rank. Could I have gone for M? Absolutely. Was I mentally scarred from HMC and just wanted to feel something? Yeah. Moving on. Shifting Sandland was actually a joy to route. Normally this stage kinda drags, and it's the point in my vanilla playthroughs where I start to get fatigued with the BS that Mario 64 can throw at you. Somehow this level is a lot more fun when you need to move through it quickly. Grabbing the shell, I absolutely shredded through the level to collect the first 4 red coins. Next, I got the wing cap and flew over the level to collect the last reds, as well as stand atop the 4 pillars to be able to enter the top of the pyramid. Along the way, I hit Klepto and got that star too. After flying back to the start to get the red coin star, I flew back to the top of the pyramid to collect star 3 and jumped in. I lost a few runs due to this stupid jump out of the elevator, but once I made it out, the star was free. Now I'm pretty forgetful when it comes to vanilla, but thankfully I remembered where to jump for the secrets, and got that star at the end of the sand stream. The last star, I-Rock, required a long jump from where I was standing to get to. After a few scuffed attempts, I finally made it down there and punched I-Rock in the nick of time, copying myself the P rank that marks the halfway point in this challenge. After having to get past Hazy Maze Cave, losing runs wasn't as debilitating to me since they were mostly small mistakes, and I was making less of them on average. So, when I got to Dire Docks expecting the worst, well, it still sucked, but it was no Hazy Maze Cave. The route wasn't as tight as JRB was, thankfully. The main issue was that Dire Docks as a stage sucks. Thankfully, hacker SM64 fixed the Manta Ray star, so that one went by pretty easily. After getting that, I did the chest star, which was mildly infuriating, because the chest hitboxes just wouldn't activate sometimes. But with those 2 stars obtained, it was time to swim through the tunnel to the other area, collecting the coins I was forced to place to make the level possible at all. Once I reached the submarine area, I struggled a few times to do the jet stream star thanks to the terrible ring hitboxes. Once I spawned it in, I quickly swam back up to the surface to collect the metal and vanish caps. here's a fun thing I realized a little too late. Initially, I grabbed the Vanish Cap and then the Metal Cap, jumped into the water, got the Jetstream Star, and ran to the star behind the Vanish Cage. However, when I got inside the cage, my cap timer ran out, and I was trapped inside. What I had forgotten is that not only do the caps use the same timer, but the Metal Cap happens to have a shorter time than the Vanish Cap. So, after losing that run, I made sure to grab the Vanish Cap after the Metal Cap, so that I had more time to leave the cage. Once out, I quickly swam back up to grab a cap to replenish my combo timer. Then, I started the red coin mission, collecting the sub-star along the way. Thanks once more to hacker SM64 fixing the pole grabbing bug that sometimes causes Mario to fall off the bottom, the star was easy, and I got the P rank for one of my least favorite stages in the game. So remember when I said that I had a bad memory of vanilla SM64? I just so happened to not remember the correct order of stages in the upstairs area, and did them out of order. So, while these stages will be in order in the video, I didn't actually complete them in this order. Anyways, Snowman's Land was a total and utter joke of a level to P rank. It took me an awesome grand total of 2 tries to P rank the level. I don't know if that was because I was getting better at moving fast, or if it was because the level is both small and has easy star missions. Definitely the latter. Anyways, the immensely simple route went like this. Start by jumping into the cannon and shooting up towards the top of the snowman's head in order to grab the star. Jump down and make your way over to the area that has both the next star and a shell box. Use the shell to collect the 8 red coins, then defeat the big chill bully for star 4. Go to the stupidly easy ice maze, and finally, enter the igloo to complete this absolutely free level. This level was literally easier than Lethal Lava Land, and was the quickest segment of my playthrough by far. I actually have nothing else to say about Snowman's Land, it was that uneventful. Next up was the source of many Mario 64 conspiracies, the apparent brain diagram with Dry World. The only thing this level was a source of for me was headaches. The route was once again unfortunately constricted in structure, since 2 of the stars in the town had to be last because of the fact that you can't get back to the main area after entering the cage. I didn't want to mess with raising the water level, since moving through water is a lot slower than going through the level regularly. So, the route I ended up going with went a little something like this. First, focus on getting the 5 secrets as you ascend the level. Once all 5 are collected, hold off on getting the star for now, as it's pretty out of the way and there are things to do at the top of the level. Make your way over to the top of the town star, and make sure to be ready to move fast before grabbing it. Then, long jump over to the express elevator and activate it. Quickly jump all the way down, refill your combo meter, and barely make it into the elevator shaft. From there, get the star and go back down the elevator towards a box of coins to keep the meter from depleting. Then, use the overpowered feeding warp to get to the vertical center of the level, where you will long jump towards the prior spawn secret star. After that, use the warp once more to drop down and grab the arrow platform star that everybody always just long jumps to. Quickly hop back up and enter the cannon. Shoot to the cage, and with barely enough time to spare, grab the coins I had to place in the tunnel. Swim to the end where a combo refueling 1-up awaits, and enter the sunken town. Grab some coins before lowering the water, and begin the red coin star. The red coins do a fine job of keeping your combo meter filled as you jump across the rooftops and get the star. Then, simply grab the Vanish Cap and pass through these somehow permeable bricks, and pass through the cage in the corner to P-rank Wet Dry World. With only 4 more courses between me and a completed challenge, it's time for Tall Tall Mountain. I really liked this course a lot, and the routing for it proved to be quite interesting. Start the course by getting the 4 reds on the mushrooms, and then the other 4 red coins in the Monty Mole area. After getting that star, ascend the mountain using Goombas and coins as combo refuelers until you reach the waterfall star. With a triple jump, it's possible to reach it from the lower ledge, so I did that and then continued climbing up the mountain. Once at the top, it was time to grab Ukiki. If he's being annoying and hard to grab, you can take the top of the mountain star as combo fuel in the middle of attempts to grab him. Once you do get him, free him, and then use a convenient line of coins to stall for time while you wait for him to reach you. Once he breaks open the cage, hop down to grab that star and set your sights on the last 2 stars, both of which you will cheese. Since the lone mushroom is too far to jump back from, the slide star is the first one you'll want to grab. From the above ledge, literally just jump down and do a kick to give yourself some momentum to just fall into the hillside. Seriously, how did the developers not notice this? This skips like an entire slide section. Anyways, using the convenient wind, head back up the mountain one last time and line yourself up with the lonely mushroom. And with one long jump, that's another course down for the P rank challenge. Next up is, Tiny Huge Island, yippee. If you can't tell by my excited tone, this is my least favorite stage in the game, and probably objectively the worst one. The small island is horrendously full of invisible walls and terrible geometry, and the large island is extremely annoying to navigate. I'll only briefly cover the route since even talking about it kind of annoys me. Start in the tiny island and do the 5 secrets. Don't forget to ground pound the top of the island. Then, go to the big island and pluck the piranha plants for star 2. Race Koopa the Quick, beat him, circle around the whole island to the red coin area, do that star, go back out and climb up the island. Get the star at the top, and then finally jump into Wiggler's cave and beat him for the 6th star. So it isn't particularly hard, but I lost a lot of runs due to THI moments and forgetting the layout of the level because it is so damn forgettable and annoying, and god, I hate this level. Let's just move on. Thankfully, I can stop complaining now since I enjoy Tick-Tock Clock a lot more than Tiny Huge Island. This level can only be realistically completed by entering on the frozen time setting, since doing any other speed for the level makes the red coin star basically impossible. With that in mind, my initial route was to start with the 8 red coins, then climb up and obtain the roll in the cage star. After getting that, jumping down to get a hand star, and climb back up the rest of the level. However, after a few attempts, that path proved to be impossible, since the coins necessary to climb up were in boxes and therefore a one-time combo filler. So I adjusted my route to get a few red coins and used those as combo fuelers to run over to grab Get a Hand. Then, the route is to fall back down to grab the last red coins, get the star, and climb the normal way until you reach roll in the cage. From there, climbing the rest of the clock is much more possible than it was before. The pit in the pendulums is the next closest star, and getting over there is a piece of cake. After that star, turn around and do some wall kicks to ascend the normally vertically moving bar to reach the top half of the stage. Do some untimed jumps on stationary bars to get the timed jumps on moving bars star, and then set your sights on the peak of the stage, which contains Stomp on the Whomp, the most vertical star in the game. With plentiful coins littered throughout boxes on the stage, getting up here is no challenge. However, you can't ride the clock hand like you normally would to get this star since, well, the clock hand is stationary like the rest of the level. Instead, you'll have to do a long jump over towards the bottom of the Whomp area. Line yourself up so that you're facing away from the slopes, then do some backwards jump kicks to gain height up the slope. Slide down, jump, and barely catch a wall kick off the treadmill. Land on the treadmill, and proceed to absolutely stomp on the Whomp as you've just braved the most vertical course in the game with a big fat P. With 14 courses completed, most of them P's, but a few M's as well, it was time for the final course of the game, Rainbow Ride. Throughout the whole playthrough, I had this course in the back of my mind. After all, even though the carpets were moving 3 times faster, that doesn't mean they don't still take a huge chunk of time off the combo meter. Additionally, the course itself was very easy to die in. All it takes is one wrong jump and your run is as good as over. But I've come so far into this challenge, I wasn't about to get discouraged now. It's time to truly see if we can P-rank every course in Super Mario 64. To begin my route, I actually decided to work my way down through the course by making the first star I get be the big house star at the very top of the course. In order to make it there to begin with, I needed to be precise when jumping to grab coins. The first carpet ride up is pretty simple, with some coins along the way to help. The second carpet? Not so easy. The stretch of carpet before the big house is really long. Nearly the entire 15 seconds I have is wasted just waiting. In order to make it to the coins inside the house, I had to jump off the carpet mid-flight to grab a convenient 1-up, get back on quickly, and barely make it to the coins in the house. From there, another line of coins outside refills my combo meter enough to make it to the roof of the house, where the first star of the level awaits. Next is a tricky long jump to the ship that I failed a few times, but after that jump is conquered, grab the star on the ship and use the cannon to go right to the next star, over the rainbow. After that, jump down straight to another star, tricky triangles. See why I wanted to do the big house first? After that, go up the slope to the swinging and the breeze star, making sure to refuel your combo meter with coins and enemies. After that, there's only one star that stands between you and a fully P-ranked file, the red coin star. Red coin stars have kind of been the bane of this entire challenge. From difficult ones like the Hazy cave reds to ones that are just all over the place like the cool mountain ones. It's time to show those reds who's boss. Wall kick through the stone maze like a pro. Grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Spawn the star and hop straight into it to complete the P-rank challenge. We've done it. We can now confidently say that it is possible to P-rank every main course in Super Mario 64. Thank you so much for watching, and in case you wanted to try this challenge for yourself, a link to the ROM hacks page will be available in the description. Also, if you haven't played Pizza Tower before, please go give it a try. It's such a fun and unique experience, and you don't want to miss out on it. If you liked the video, please be sure to subscribe for future ROM hacking content, and share it with a friend or two who might be into Mario or Pizza Tower. Until next time,